course.
Your name.
Oh, Gloria Costelak.
Your story's fascinating to me. So give us a little background of what happened to you and how you met Dr. Nemeh.
I have suffered from back problems since 4th grade, and nobody was able to help me. I didn't want to take any medication, but it was getting progressively worse. So my dad was always very inquisitive and very spiritual and heard of Dr. Nemeh. He was given 2 tickets to go to a healing at St. Justin Martyrs Church in Eastlake, Ohio. And we went there.
So that was many years ago.
Many years ago. Many years ago. And my dad also had been a professional athlete and had major issues with his back and his legs and his knees, and was getting progressively worse. And we went to St. Justin Martyrs, stood in line for several hours, as you know, and you could just feel the presence. It was overwhelming. And I didn't suffer from any back pain after that. And my dad, until the day he died, never had any back pain.
It's amazing. So what happened recently?
Recently was
What year?
2006, December of 2006. I was hemorrhaging, and they thought I had a stroke. They hospitalized me and said that I had a stroke, but I was hemorrhaging so bad that the brain wasn't communicating. And so they transfused 3 3/4 units of blood, and I really didn't know if I was going to survive. It was real touch and go that night. They did an emergency D&C as soon as the blood transfusion was finished, and I was scheduled for cancer surgery that they had discovered 2 weeks later.
They found a tumor where?
They found a tumor on the ovaries. And it was right around Christmas time. It was beginning of December. And so they wanted to wait until January 3rd for the surgery and have a lot of tests done in the meantime. And the head of the department was consulted, and 2 other doctors. My dad called and scheduled an appointment with Dr. Nemeh, and I saw him
at the office.
At the office,
for the
about
medical
4
treatment.
days after I got out of the hospital. I could barely make it through that time waiting to see him. When he told me I was going to be okay during the treatment, I believed him. There's nothing not to believe. The feeling of peace and serenity that you get when you're meeting with him and talking to him it's overwhelming. And I was scheduled for more testing. 2 days later, went to the doctor. They ran a series of tests. The doctor came into the room and he goes, "I've consulted with the head of the department and 2 others, and you have not a trace of cancer in you. We're scheduling the surgery immediately." And he hugged me and said, "Who did you see?" I'm sorry.
No, it's overwhelming. I know, it's very overwhelming.
He goes, "You must have saw somebody from the only thing that could help you was God." And he goes, "He had to be a man of God." And I told him who I saw. I said, "I saw Dr. Nemeh." He goes, "Oh, of course. I've heard of Dr. Nemeh." He goes, "If I need anything, I will go see him." And he said, "My dear, you're 100% cancer-free."
My goodness. So you had the tumors.
I had the tumors. I was scheduled for surgery. They wanted to wait till after Christmas so I could enjoy Christmas, because after the tumors, they were going to start a series of cancer and radiation treatments, and there was no trace.
God bless your faith. So what would you tell somebody that is a skeptic? What would you say? What would you tell them?
who isn't a skeptic at first? You hear these wonderful things, and until you actually experience yourself, I think everybody is skeptical. I don't think everybody is 100% accepting of anything in this world today, which is a shame, but I was raised in a very strong faith, and I knew I would be okay.
Thank you, Gloria, so much for sharing your beautiful story of faith, hope, and love, all three together, and you got through this. Thank you. God bless you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to break down.
No, when you can't help it, it's
And see, Sister Monica's first healing was my dad.